everyone, it's me, Louie. Today you might notice I am not in my usual attire. Actually, I don't usually wear clothes. But anyway, today I am. Today, I thought we should talk about scientists and how important they are and how good I look in scientist clothing.
Louie?
Hey, fix my...
Oh, okay, yeah, sure, here. Is that better?
Now my other eye...
Look, they're not made for your size.
Fine. Today, I will be telling you about different kinds of scientists. There's more than one. As you can see, I'm wearing safety goggles, lab goggles, to protect my cute little eyes. And I am wearing a long white lab coat to protect my cute fur. So let's talk about the kinds of scientists and some of the things they do. So, what are the different types of scientists? Honestly, there's a lot. I don't have time to remember all of them, but here's a few. There are scientists called chemists. They wear safety goggles kind of like this and lab coats. And they study elements and atoms and how chemicals work together. So, for example, a chemist could study what happens when you mix two elements like sodium and chlorine together. They can study about what chemicals can do and how to make them, like how to make plastic. Very interesting. There are scientists called physicists who study how the world works. Like they use mathematical equations to learn about energy and a lot of things, and honestly, that's too much math for me, but it's important. So like, how much energy do you need to put a rocket ship into space? Ooh, and then there's biologists.
Can I tell them this, Louie?
This is my show.
I know, but...
Fine.
Okay, so biologists are a kind of scientist that studies living things like plants and animals and bacteria and just all sorts of living things.
Yeah. And remind me why you wanted to tell them this so badly?
I'm a biologist.
I did not know that.
Really? I keep telling you about it.
Well, I kind of ignore you.
Louie?
Anyway. Yes, biologists. And if you like to study just plants, then it's a kind of scientist called a botanist. A scientist who studies animals only is a zoologist. There's so many different things to learn. So there's so many kinds of scientists. Because scientists ask questions. Then they try to find the answer. You know, I'm a bit of a scientist myself.
What makes you say that?
Because I ask questions. Do you like to ask questions? You do? Great! You're all scientists. Oh, let me me show you some science tools. These are test tubes. Test tubes can be used to hold things. This one has a lid on it, and that one has measurements. Scientists use them to hold different things that they want to mix up or use. She said to show you this for some reason.
Oh, well, these are microscope slides. So this is something that you can look at under the microscope.
Oh, so like what kind of things?
Well, you can use a microscope to see all sorts of things. But this one is a biology one, which means it has slides or little samples of different things to see under the microscope that have to do with biology. So like mammalogy, so that would be mammals like cats, dogs. Botany is plants. So there's just a lot of different kinds of slides, and I'll show you some. So these are microscope slides. Now these are already prepared. You can make your own if you're a scientist, but these are already made. So this is a part of a rabbit lymph node. So this would show you the cells for part of a rabbit. And this one is, one moment. A mosquito's mouth part. So if you're interested in insects and bugs and stuff, that's called entomology, which is where you just study kinds of insects. This is tomato. So in the circle is the sample.
I mean, this is kind of boring. You're just showing me pieces of glass with stuff on it. It's not really a super exciting scientist tool.
How about this?
Oh, that's more like it.
So this is a microscope. This is a low power one. It's called a compound microscope. And basically, you put your slide on here, and when you turn it on and you look in through here, you'll be able to see things that are super, super small.
Well, I wish everyone could have a microscope to try out.
Well, not everyone has a microscope to try out, but magnifying glasses do something similar. They make things that are small look bigger. It just isn't as strong as a microscope.
Oh, interesting. Does that mean that everyone watching this could use a magnifying glass?
Yeah, and one of the tools that we haven't talked about that a scientist uses a lot is a notebook.
A notebook?
Yeah. So a notebook is really important tool for scientists because if you're looking at things and you're trying to answer a question, you have to make observations. You have to look closely. And so you write it down and you draw pictures, and you record it. That way you can remember the things you've learned.
I don't see anything.
It's not on.
Can I look?
Maybe later.
I want to try the microscope.
Louie.
Fine. So, what have we learned today? Well, lots of different kinds of scientists, cool tools, and you're a scientist. Ask questions, and you can write them down and make observations. You can ask questions like, why does my rock sink in water? Or, what kind of butterflies live in my yard? Or, what is Louie's favorite food?
I don't know if that's a question that they could observe.
They're scientists, they'll figure it out. You can look under rocks and wonder what kind of animals live under there. It's very exciting to be a scientist. So I hope that you'll go out there ask questions and make observations. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta go find a notebook.
For what? Louie, what are you doing?
I'm gonna science!
Okay, I better supervise that.
Bye, guys. Good luck with your sciencing and your observating. Is that?
Observations?
Yeah, whatever.